Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody, and welcome to the beginning of October, October 2nd. It is 5:30 a.m. Eastern Time, and I've been up here all night, well, all morning, all afternoon, my time, and it's been pretty good. It's not been horrible, but it's been pretty good. Pull you over a screen here. Here's the futures. Over here, main focus for me is the NQ. The NQ is your legs of the market. We came right up to that 15,000 perfectly. Made a little visit to that 15,000, a little bit of a retrace here. Not excessively healthy, but at the same time, not anything to be overly concerned about. Over here on the Dow or on the ES, was looking to get us a visit up there at 46.37. Had a nice little pop up here right around 3 o'clock, right after the European markets open. And here we are just fading. We are currently up 14 points. NASDAQ is up 81. The Dow is up, I have no idea, but yeah, the Dow was up considerably. It's now up 70 points. So nothing amazing, nothing spectacular. But then again, at 11 o'clock today, we've got Fed Powell. 1 o'clock, Barr. 1:30, Williams. And at 9:30, Uncle Fester. But 11 o'clock today, we've got Powell. So that is something that you are going to need to consider as far as zero DTE. However, for the week, considering that we've got our 4 consecutive red closes, there is a trade in your email for this week, Friday, on October the 6th, using the SPX credit. $2 will get you a 67% return on your $3 risk. So that's where I've got it. That's what I'm looking at. And as of right now, I'm looking at 43.31 for plus 1% and 42.45 for minus 1%, which will not even factor in. We've covered that over on the weekend coverage. So yeah, it's really just a blasé kind of start to the month, start to the week. Nothing to get yourself overcommitted to. But again, we are looking at that 43.10 for a number of different reasons. We're looking at that 43.10. 43.10, then we're looking up there at that 43.37, which, as you already know, would be a plus 1% move. On SPY, again, looking at last week's high over here, 432.64, right up there, that 431.98 that kissed and rejected there on Friday. That's my upside target for the immediate term. Downside, that 426.39, it's been doing its job. I got problems seeing excessive downside, but it's the start of the week and it's Jerome Powell and it's the start of the month. So QQQ, this is your legs, and your legs are holding up quite nicely. We've got a nice little gap over the weekend, obviously something to be considered, but we are holding above that 360. So holding 360 and really strongly holding 360. Immediate view is we're going to be looking for that 360, 361 with the gap filling up here at 364.54. So that's the immediate view over on the QQQ. So looking around and over the course of the week, Tesla, my view on Tesla, 258.94, possibly 265. Apple, fantastic job over on Apple. Held very strongly in this gap, breaking down below 170. My immediate view on Apple is nothing greater than 173.88. Anything above 173.88, I won't believe. That's all that I'm looking for on Apple. No greater than 173.88, 170 being your clear support to the downside. Who else does everybody love? Oh, there's been a lot of guys that are liking Netflix. Netflix. Now, I haven't updated any gap downs to be filled, so I will get that done. But with Netflix, you got nothing here, man. If you want to get into Netflix for earnings, which are coming up in a couple of weeks, by all means, feel free. But I don't see anything that's amazing that says you've got to go jump into Netflix. Netflix had an incredible run off of those lows from 2022. Leave it alone. Let it do its thing and go over and trade the QQQ. Where else are we? Google. Some traders over on Google. Let's get that. Yeah. Cats on the keyboard. You gotta love that. Something I didn't have in the other office. Google, again, don't see anything of bearish, worrisome on this. Holding this 131, 134 being the upside, all that Google's going to do is be your supporting character. So then you get over to NVIDIA. NVIDIA right back up to the 20-day moving average. Nice move down. Still haven't broken down below 400. In your big wide view, here's your May earnings where they invented the word AI for the second time. And you've been holding this 400 level excessively. As much as I hate NVIDIA and I think it's a complete Ponzi scheme, I see nothing in the way of getting into a short position on NVIDIA. Everything on this right now is supporting for further upside moves. So your maximum upside that I'd be looking for immediate would be 450. If you can get 450, you're going to get fucked if you're trying to get 468. And lastly, Amazon. So Amazon got beat up quite bad. And Amazon just so happens to be on this trend line. I'm not a trend line guy, but this is a trend line. The December 2018 lows and the COVID lows held it perfectly. When you see your trend lines holding, then you got no choice but to respect it. Here's your 2016 and 2018 lows. It was holding that for resistance. So looking at this from a video game point of view and nothing more than that, I would see my 127 as my downside and my 132 as my upside. Nothing spectacular that I'm looking at out of Amazon or any of these other players. So the SPX, we got Powell today. Obviously, we don't want to see a visit down to 42.40, but as of right now, our main priority is 43.10. Get 43.10, close above 43.10, start working our way towards that 436. Start after that, and we start moving to your other levels that you got in your email. So have a fantastic morning. It is going to be a slow start to the week until you get Jerome Powell at 11 o'clock. So don't feel that on your zero DTE stuff or even on your weeklies that you need to get into the position immediately. Jerome Powell's at 11 o'clock. You got plenty of time between now and that closing bell and the end of the week.